This is how I clean a chain that does not have a removable link. If you have a removable link, you simply detach it, put a chain, soak it overnight. So I did disconnect the front derailleur. It hangs in here. Sometimes you can also detach a small metal piece from it. And the chain will stay attached to the frame of the bicycle. There is no way to remove it from there. Also, the rear derailleur, I did have to remove the two pulleys, which is also a great moment to clean the bushings of the pulley. Just put some oil on them, put them back in place. Now remember, the pulleys are different sizes. Also, they may sit at different positions. So also the two screws, bolts may be different size. So remember how they go back in place. But the idea is this, is really to get the chain hanging here. There's still a small section of the chain that will just stay in the air, but the remaining you can soak it. And what I like to do is soak it overnight. I do prefer paint thinner. It's really what destroys old grease, old gunk, even the really stuck gunk. But let it sit overnight like this. Let it soak overnight. You may also, I suggest, use Simpler Green. By the way, these solvents, these products, you need to keep them outdoors because they have a strong smell to them. I do not recommend acetone. Acetone, it's really not tough on grease. Paint thinner, it's much stronger. So let it sit overnight like this, and then the next day, maybe protect your hands. What you may want to do is just slide the chain and just put the remaining section, the section that was in the air, put it back in the solution and just soak it for another day. And when you're finished, you may, I suggest, you may just spray this with a garden hose to remove the solvent and just shake it like this inside the solvent or inside water after a while. Shake it, give it a good shake like this, and that will just detach the gunk that sits inside the links. And the links has kind of a cylinder. Inside the cylinder, there is that gunk that has melted from the paint thinner, but you want to shake the chain to detach that gunk that has actually, it starts being like a dust, and it will fall at the bottom, and then you can rinse it with a garden hose and stuff like this. This is very in-depth cleaning of a chain. If you just keep it on the bicycle, you will never really get all that gunk inside removed. And it's also a good moment once you dry it off to re-lube it, not re-grease it, just spread some lube here, maybe just take it inside lube or something like this. So maybe it's a good place to spray lube without smearing on the bicycle frame. But this is my trick, and it's really unfortunate that maybe the older bikes, I think, they don't have a removable link, and I don't want to mess with cutting the chain, putting a removable link. Sometimes the links are just not the right size, the same size. This is something that you may want to do, depends how long, how much you use the bike. Maybe once every 2 years or so, depends. If you are using it much more than that, maybe once a year. And it works really well.